It's the G to the U to the R to the U. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the G to the U to the R to the U. Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Football with your host, The Guru. And we're going to do our NFL week number 15 recap. So we're going to get right to it. So we're going to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm going to focus on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers aspect of things. And you know, my era growing up, we used to go play outside. Yes. We used to go to the neighborhood, knock on the door, and ask your friends, hey, could you come out and play? I know this generation, they don't play outside. They play inside on the video games. But back in the days, you know, back in the old times. Yeah, times before, you know, social media. This was even before YouTube. Yes, I know, before TikTok. And then the thing about playing outside, you never have a clock. You didn't have a cell phone or somebody to call you and be like, come home. No. You didn't have that. You know what you do? You look at the street lights or looking for the sunlight to go down. Every time the sunlight go down, that's when, or the sun is about to go down, that's when you're like, you know what? It's time for me to go home. I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and I'm looking at Tom Brady, and you know what? I think it's time for Tom Brady to go home. I think it's time for him to go home. I think he played too long. You know, when you outplayed yourself, you played way too long, and you like, it's time to go home. Yeah, it's time for Tom Brady to go home, man, because this is embarrassing. Honestly, Tom Brady, take away Russell Wilson. Like, Tom Brady is probably the worst quarterback, honestly, this season in the NFL. He's been awful. And I hate to say that because y'all know I'm a Tom Brady fan. I love Tom Brady. I don't like talking about Tom Brady. But when I'm looking at the time, I'm like, you know what? The street lights are coming on. The sun is about to go down. It's time for Tom Brady to go home, man. Because sometimes you just overextend yourself. If you ever played open gym at the basketball, if you're open gym recreation basketball, and you know you just had a double of victory, and then all of a sudden they said, run it back one more time. And you know you're exhausted. You're like, I don't want to run it back, but you have to run it back. And you're sluggish, and you're like, man, I wish I never ran this back. I think Tom Brady wish he would never came back. Because it's been a debacle, man. It's been a debacle. I don't know who told him to run it back, but it's time, Brady. It's time, man. I'm tired of watching you play. I'm tired of seeing this anemic offense. I'm tired of seeing you looking so old, bruh. I grew up with Tom Brady. Tom Brady is my GOAT. But I don't like to see the GOAT get slaughtered. I don't like to see a GOAT get slaughtered, man. Who wants to actually see a GOAT get slaughtered? Nobody. When it's time to go, it's time to go. And Thomas Patrick Edward Brady, it's time to go. Now we got to transition to the Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jags. And I got to focus on that Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence comparison, man. Sometimes somebody just have a better quarterback than you do. You looked at this game and you basically see Trevor Lawrence is going to be a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. You just know, you could just see it. Certain things you just don't know. And when you taste something good, when you know it's a good food and you taste it in your lips, you don't got to eat the whole meal. You already know, you like, you know what? Man, this is a hell of a food right here, man. You already know, man. When you sip on a drink and you know it's so strong with alcohol, you don't got to drink the whole drink to be like, you know what? Man, this drink gonna get me fucked up, man. You already know this. You look at Dak Prescott. You look at Trevor Lawrence. You're like, man, you know what, bro? Trevor Lawrence is better than Dak, man. And there's no disrespect to Dak. No disrespect. Dak is a very good quarterback. He's a very good quarterback, man. He's somebody you will date. You will marry Dak Prescott as a quarterback. But to say Dak Prescott is one of the elites, it's a dead lie. You're looking at Trevor Lawrence side by side. There's just certain things Trevor Lawrence could do. There's just certain things he does that you're like, you know what? In the long haul, I bet my money on Trevor Lawrence over Dak Prescott. No bullshit. Trevor Lawrence can do everything on the football field. As far as athletic ability, check over that. As far as arm strength, check over that. As far as his football acumen, it's going to be check over Dak. I give Dak his leadership qualities, but at the end of the day, man, sometimes the comparison makes it easy for you. Sometimes the people are right next to you. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever seen those shots when you look at the, before and after, just side by side, what you used to look like and what you are currently, or before and after, before any of that situation? Man, I looked at the Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence. I'm like, man, this is clearly a before and after. Dak Prescott used to be like this before. Now Trevor Lawrence is going to be the after. He's going to be the after. And the Jacksonville Jags got themselves the quarterback of their future. And the Cowboys got themselves the quarterback of the current. And I got to talk about the Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. And I got to focus on the Tua aspect of things, man. We all saw the game in Buffalo, man. It was crazy. It was cold. It was snowing and all that situation. But what I came to see when I was watching this game, and I was like, man, the Dolphins are in a situation, man. You know, the Dolphins basically are dating Tua. They know Tua is not going to be wifey material. They know they can't get married to Tua. So right now I'm looking at the Dolphins organization. It's like they're just dating Tua, man, waiting for the next great girl they really want to marry to come. We all been in that situation. As a man, I've dated a girl. I know there was no future, but she was good at certain things, yeah. She was good for the current, yeah. But do I think I'm going to get a house with this woman? Absolutely not. Do you think the Miami Dolphins think they're going to win the Super Bowl with Tua? No. They might sneak into the playoff, but are they really going to be a legitimate threat? No. You don't build with Tua, man. With a quarterback like Tua who you're dating, you get an apartment with them. You don't buy a house with them. You just get an apartment. You all sign a little 1-year lease. See how the relationship goes. You don't put a 30-year mortgage on Tua. The mortgage goes to guys like Josh Allen. He gets the mortgage. You're like, you know what? That's the wife. I'm going to marry you. But you look at Tua, man. I love Tua to death. But he's somebody you just date around with, man. You might date for like a year or two, get some experience as far as relationship-wise. But you know it's not no long term. You know he's not going to be somebody you married. You know that. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with getting a little relationship, to learn how to be in a relationship. But even though you know it's not going to be the end all be all, there's nothing wrong with getting an apartment with somebody you're dating. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you realize they're not the franchise. They're not the one that's going to get the ring on their finger. And Tua, I'm sorry to tell you, he's the type of quarterback you date. He's not the type of quarterback you put a ring on his finger. Because he will never give you a ring on your finger. Hey, yo, man, I know people think I'm disrespecting Tua, but it's no disrespect, man. Like, we all date around, man. If you're a man, you probably date a couple of girls, and 99% of those girls you date, you ain't never going to end up being with. You're just dating them, man. I want to transition to the Lions taking on the New York Football Jets. And I want to focus on the Detroit Lions aspect of things, man. And I want to focus on Jared Goff, man, once again. Like, I just got to keep talking about Jared Goff, man. And I was just using the analogy of dating. See, Jared Goff is one of them girls you date. It's one of them girls you date, but you're on the fence. You're like, I don't know if I want to put a ring on it. I just don't know. But yet, she just does everything correct, man. She cooks for you. She cleans for you. She rubs your back. She does every little thing. You like, damn, that's what a wife's supposed to do, man. She might not be the best. She might not have the fake titties. She might not have the big fake ass like a Kardashian. But yet, she works out. She goes to the gym. She treats you like a king. The Detroit Lions, y'all got yourself a wife material in Jared Goff, man. I know first they just started with friends with benefits. You're like, okay, we're just friends with benefit. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'm going to get in a relationship with you, Jared Goff. But I think after all these couple years, what Jared Goff has showed you is like Jared Goff deserves a ring on his finger, and he deserves to be a franchise quarterback for the Detroit Lions, man. There's no need to start over. There's no need to be looking around at other fake titties, fake ass, all those bullshit. You got yourself a winner right here at home, man. Sometimes they tell you, you looking for the best girl, but sometimes the girl is right next to you without even you knowing. Detroit Lions, you better recognize you already got the quarterback. Just put a ring on it, dog. Like Beyonce said, man, just put a ring on Jared Goff because he's your franchise. He's the wife. He's somebody you build a home with. He's somebody you don't even rent no more. You're going to get a 30-year mortgage with, man. It is what it is. Yes, she might know she's not the best cook, okay, but at least she's gonna try. She's gonna YouTube the ingredients. She's gonna try. Yes, she might not have a 6 flat stomach, but you know what? She's gonna do push-ups and sit-ups. Yes, she might have fake titties. She might not have fake titties, but guess what? When she get pregnant, her titties gonna get big, man. The titties gonna get big. Detroit, you'll find yourself the winner. You'll find yourself the girl of your dreams. And his name is Jared. And I want you all to go to Jared and get that ring for Jared damn Goff. Your wife, your franchise quarterback of the future. So another level I want to transition to is the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. I want to talk a little bit about that game because it's like that is the greatest comeback in NFL history. Kirk Cousins came back from 33 points. You guys laugh at my favorite cousin. You know how many years the butt of the joke has been Kirk Cousins. But one thing I could tell you about this guy, man, Kirk Cousins is resilient, man. You can make fun of Kirk Cousins. You could be like, Kirk Cousins. But one thing that's consistent, Kirk Cousins is going to be there for you. Just to keep going about, you know what I'm saying, the relationship analogy. Kirk Cousins is not the best wife in the world. No, he's not. Nobody's saying Kirk Cousins is the best wife. But you know what? Kirk Cousins is a wife material, man. I'm tired of y'all treating Kirk Cousins like he's a one-night stand. Kirk Cousins could cook, Kirk Cousins could clean, and Kirk Cousins is reliable and he never cheats. Y'all stop disrespecting Kirk Cousins and put some respect on this man's name. He's a franchise quarterback. Minnesota Vikings. Ain't no need for y'all to go out there looking for another quarterback. You know, somebody with a fake arm, fake legs. No, you don't need all that shit. You got the franchise quarterback right underneath your nose. And he's my favorite cousin. Man, I'm so happy for Kirk Cousins and what he has achieved. He's the perfect overachiever. He's little, he's tiny, but yet he's there for you, man. So for Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings, who I have no respect for. I have no respect for the Vikings. I don't consider them a Super Bowl team. Absolutely not. But I consider them a reliable team. They're going to fight you to the death. And I just love my favorite cousin, Kirk Cousins, and I'm happy he's finally getting the credit he deserves. Even though sometimes we making the butt of the jokes, but he's not the butt of any jokes. And that whole Jeff Saturday experiment and all that situation is over. It's over in Indianapolis. And get an old ass quarterback, Matt Ryan. You know, like I know the Colts love old ass quarterback, old cougar ass quarterback. But it's time. It's over. Y'all got to go young. And that whole Jeff Saturday, whatever shit y'all doing, it's over. It's over. He tried, but Jeff Saturday is not the solution to this situation. I like him. He's a good person. He's a great motivator, but ain't no way you lose a 33-point lead. You know what that means? You have no type of adjustment. When shit hit the fans, you're like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, because you don't know what's going on. That's why they came back from 33, because Jeff Saturday don't know what's going on. Any coach with experience will make some adjustment here and there, but they kept doing the same old shit over and over and expect a different result. And that's coming from lack of experience in the coaching acumen. Lack of experience, which was emphasized by Kirk Cousins being Kirk Cousins. Monday morning football with the G to the U to the R to the U. Y'all like this? love this, share this, and I am